Okay, so let's talk about the rebuild. So I guess this is late 88, early 89 after Dre's passing, and you guys start another clique of MVP.
Mm-hmm.
How does that come about?
Well, we had a lot of folks that lived just west of La Brea on Orange Drive. And it was the same type of situation. We had one street that we hung on that nobody really hung on. And then the people that came from around there came from surrounding blocks.
Yeah. And then we had the homie OG Aki that lived in that building right there when I moved. He's one of the original MVP, one of the co-founders. His mom bought a house on Sycamore.
On Sycamore, right down the street.
So, you know, we still had, because you got to remember, Mount Vernon, you know, you got the people from over on the Midtown, you know, schoolyards and that way that went to Mount Vernon. Then you had this side of the, you know, went to Mount Vernon. So at that time when and then that's LA High as well, because it's off Olympic. So we share that, you know, those two schools. Right. So a lot of the homies, when he moved over there, some of the homies started going over there, kicking it with him. And then, like he said, we started signing a lot of people that was on that area. So that's how the Orange Drive came out, because we wanted
another melting pot of people that we got from Orange Drive came from World on Wheels. Mm-hmm. We've been going skating since the beginning, since the skating rink on Washington. You know what I mean? Since babies.
So would you say OG Aki's mom moving over there was a part of the formation of the Orange Drive?
Yeah, because I say yeah, because he was a G and was able to create that. We wasn't just leaving a bunch of newbies to represent what we had our blueprint.
We actually had a extension of us over there that lived over there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So you guys were the new MVP dudes from Orange Drive lived in that area?
In that area. Okay. Most of them, I would say most of them.
And would you say over the next year or two, that became more known as MVP than the original area on LaSalle?
No, because there were places in the middle that we hung that we didn't claim a set of, like Crenshaw and Washington. For a long time, Crenshaw and Washington used to be our corner.
Right.
And anybody that came there or was around in that time, they knew it was our corner because it's 50 guys standing outside. You know what I mean? Right. At that time, now we're talking about 89, 90. Now we having other formations of situations that are like ours. KWS, MBT. This is when all of those things are now forming and we're bumping into them and we're being known that there are other people who kind of strike the same vein as us. They want to be what they are, individual, but they don't want to claim Crip or Blood.
The Troubles eventually became Gangsta Crips.
Right.
Wow. And hung out
right.
and hung out, but the difference in us and them is they hung out with the neighborhoods in Leimert Park.
Yeah.
Remember, it's Leimert Park trouble.
So
that's
but
then somebody moved over to Halldale.
Absolutely.
In 51st.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then
shout out to Icebone and the Trubs. Them is my guys.
Okay. So
my
you
nephew
remember
was from
when
there.
Trouble started at Leimert Park?
I remember.
Okay.
I remember. A lot of the Troubles came skating.
Yeah.
They were hundreds, by the hundreds. They were there 100 deep.
They started out as a Tiger gang.
Yeah. They were doing something different, but it's no way if you were in the city and you were on foot, on RTD, walking, wherever, you bumped into some MBT somewhere in the city.
And let everyone know what RTD is, because this is being black.
RTD, okay. You guys ride MTA, we rode RTD. RTD is the same thing as y'all got, but way rougher, no cameras. They could do what they want to you, and there's nothing nobody could do about it. The driver will keep driving, period.
Rough, tough, and dirty.
Rapid Transit District.
Rapid Transit District.
So a lot of people threw their own little acronym.
Rough, tough, and dirty.
Robert T. Davis.
Robert T. Davis.
Yeah.
Rough, tough, and dangerous.
I want to elaborate, too, on the fact that, on the question you asked about, you know, the Orange Drives being, so when the Orange Drive started, we didn't really push like LaSalle Ave, Orange Drive. We just pushed the MVP logo. You know what I mean? It's just, people just knew that you could find us over there.
But you know what?
Find us over here.
They wanted that. Nah, let's keep it 100. Them cats from over there, Big Fine and them, they wanted that.
Oh yeah, they wanted it. But that's not how it was pushed.
We wasn't pushing it, but the cats that were living over there, they started saying it. Because they started saying it to us. Mm-hmm. We was like, nigga, you can't say that to me, nigga. I'm your...
So when do you guys put the G on it? That's the first change from y'all name. It's MVP for all of junior high.
Well, most of it, because the G came like maybe after the 9th grade summer.
Okay.
We was MVPGs when we went to LA High. We was already that summer when I came back and we started rebuilding.
The rebuild
in the hood.
was the G.
Yeah, the rebuild was the G. You know, because we still was pushing the hip hop gangster. So that gangster was always right there. You know what I mean? And the G was there. That movement with the Orange Drive and all that, nothing really never happened without original MVP, which most of the OGs come from LaSalle. You know, it's a couple new recruits too that was signing on LaSalle too, but most of the movements and everything that we was doing was one of us, you know, leading the brigade,
right?
You know,
but at the end of the day, shout out to the Orange Drives and the 23rds because they were people who came along later and represented the same brand with the same fervor as us.
Yeah, definitely. It was only one way. Like we wasn't doing no double agent.
Yeah,
you know?
like see, that's a thing that I saw in the interview that you know you from this, but you from that too. If you was from MVP, you was from MVP. Period.
Tell me if I'm right or wrong. Did you drop Marvin completely?
Period.
Yeah,
there were times. There were times that we were pressed because of it. By the schoolyards in Orange Drive.
Well, you know, with the Marvins,
we were pressed.
I claimed it because I had to lead this the way I wanted people to represent. Yeah. But as far as the Marvins concerned, that's family. Because I still have my cousin Crazy D. That so I was still linked up to the Marvins as far as family is concerned, but they knew about MVP. They knew. It wasn't like they looked at me and was like, "Oh, you switch hoods," because they knew my position from MVP. So it was like family, you know. Which the HBCs ended up forming a group in Marvin Hood, which we ended up being like, you know, family too, like going way back. So it was always love because we the West LA cars. So it shouldn't be no friction between. Really, you know, the card, everybody that's represented in the card, you know, even though we pushed the gangster card too, but, you know, everybody knew that we mostly represented the West LA, you know.
Now, back to the hip hop gangster, which is a genre that you guys was pushing, were you able to get any other crews that formed to fall up under that genre too, that embraced it?
Not really, because we're not assimilators, you understand? So it was kind of our thing, and it wasn't really, you know what I mean? It wasn't really a thing for us to put that moniker on somebody else. That's what we doing, like, you know what I mean? It wasn't really a thing to where we would push it to the point where we would say, yeah, y'all want to be this too? Nuh-uh. It's more like, y'all should be from the set, like, you know what I mean?
But we had, I'm gonna keep it real. Let's keep it real. We had more haters than we did people who really wanted to ride with us. And I don't know if that was their way of getting attention or known, but we was the one that had the beef with the Troubles at one point in time. GJUs, E-Dubs, Boots, all these little gangs, you know, that was forming at the time. For whatever reason, you know, worldwide,
I know
by
why.
yourself.
Girls.
And it
I know
was
why.
females.
So, girls.
Thanks for watching StreetTV.net. If you're not subscribed, please hit that button below and click the bell to receive alerts and notifications. Feel free to comment below so you can give us your feedback, and be sure to watch the 2 related episodes to the right. If you want to support this platform or follow us on social media, visit the links in the description, and thanks for watching StreetTV.net.